Hi, this is Heather Johnson, and I'll be sharing with you my final project design based on a unit titled Breaking Barriers with Jackie Robinson. This presentation shares a dynamic instructional design lesson plan titled Breaking Barriers with Jackie Robinson. In this unit, a technology enrichment group of students will primarily utilize a Google site which will take them through the lessons day by day, providing resources and links to help them complete the unit. Learning strategies will rely heavily on resource-based learning as well as inquiry-based learning. And based on the fact that this is designed as a technology enrichment group activity, there's a strong use of digital tools and resources intended to challenge the students. Here we see the homepage for the Breaking Barriers Google site. Each day the students will log into the website and proceed through lessons 1 through 6. Each page will have assignments with live links and resources for the students to work their way through. This lesson will first be used with a technology enrichment group that meets Monday through Thursday with an optional session on Friday mornings based on teacher discretion. These students are hand-picked by the media specialist and require teacher recommendations based on their skill level with digital technology. We require parent permission to participate online and publish their work. This is a small group of 4th and 5th graders in a school that has an 82% low income and high minority rate in the school. The overarching idea that this lesson is built around is how did the efforts of individual people impact desegregation and civil rights as a whole? More specifically, we're going to ask the students discover what barriers were faced by Jackie Robinson and how did he impact the sport of baseball. And of course, we'd like the students to make some personal connections to this importance of this information. Upon completion of this lesson, we would like the learners to be able to define and use correctly in a sentence several vocabulary words, including barrier, desegregation, and courage with 100% accuracy. We'd also like the learner to compare and contrast the sport of baseball before and after desegregation with a minimum of 3 similarities and 3 differences. The learner will also present the biographical information that they're learning about Jackie Robinson using an infographic with a minimum of 8 facts and 3 graphics. Using the Illinois State Standards for this lesson, we would like the students to be able to determine the meaning of academic and domain-specific words in a text, explain events and concepts in a historic, scientific, or technical text, including what happened and why. Because this is a technology enrichment group, we want to ensure that with support, the students can use the internet to produce and publish writing and collaborate. They will be conducting short research projects to build their knowledge through investigation, as well as paraphrasing portions of a text read aloud and presented in a different format, specifically an infographic, which is a visual format. Madeline Hunter's model of mastery will be utilized in the unit through the 8 elements required for a successful lesson. The lesson will begin with an anticipatory set that consists of an engaging photo with analysis and a short Jackie Robinson video from History.com. The objectives and purpose for this lesson will be shared on the Google site as well as in person during the initial mini lesson on the first day. The teachers will be providing modeling of each of the tech skills during each day's mini lesson prior to engaging with the technology. Since this is a skilled enrichment group, they require less modeling and prefer to engage directly with the digital tools, moving quickly to guided and independent practice. The teachers will check for understanding as they facilitate and move around the lab interacting with students. At the end of each day, teachers will assess the completed work and determine if any reteaching or modeling is necessary based on their submissions. Students are also able to reflect in their journals or in the group blog. Through the process of inquiry, the students will construct much of their understanding of the topic of desegregation through their study of Jackie Robinson's experience in baseball. Inquiry has been defined as seeking truth, information, or knowledge through questioning. And in this lesson, the teacher will encourage students to speculate about each resource, its creator, and its content. Students will draw on prior knowledge, share what they learn, ask questions, determine strategies for how to answer them, and draw conclusions from their inquiry. Students should be actively involved and accountable for their learning. This unit relies mostly on digital resources and tools that are outlined for student use on the Google site. There are multiple resources from Scholastic.com's Breaking Barriers unit that include an interactive story and flashcards. Other resources include the Library of Congress, Jackie Robinson Baseball Collection, and the interactive photo analysis tool based on the inquiry model. Students will also use tools from the Read, Write, Think resources, including an interactive Venn diagram. On day 1 of this lesson, students will observe and reflect on a baseball photo that was taken prior to the desegregation of baseball. They will record their observations, questions, and reflections on the interactive photo analysis response tool at the Library of Congress. This is a great tool where students begin by identifying and noting the details of the photo, simple observation. Secondly, they'll reflect and generate and test hypotheses about the image. And finally, they will ask questions about the photo that may lead to more observation and reflections. After completing the photo analysis tool, students will view a 4-minute video of Jackie Robinson on History.com. After gathering some more background knowledge, the students will begin to create a Venn diagram comparing baseball before and after desegregation using an interactive tool on Read, Write, Think. Here is a sample of what that would look like. On day 2, students will be asked to read an interactive story. The interactivity of the story includes, as students hover over vocabulary words, the definitions will pop up. The students will be asked to choose at least 3 of these new vocabulary words to record in their journals and blog about at least one of them at missjohnsonsroom.weebly.com. On day 3, students will view a Jackie Robinson core value poster from the Google site and interact with flashcards that are based on Jackie Robinson's 9 core values. After completing flashcard practice, the students will also complete a quiz mode. Read, Write, Think has a wonderful trading card creator, and on day 4, the students will be asked to select Vocabulary Card Creator. The students will choose at minimum of 3 words from their journals that are new to them to create vocabulary trading cards. These cards will be published to their personal websites as well as printed out for them. On day 5, students will complete the BioCube planning sheet with correct biographical information about Jackie Robinson. They will be provided with 2 sources for research. Once they complete this bioform planning sheet, the students will use the sheet to create an online BioCube. This is also a resource from Read, Write, Think. The students will print out the completed cube and also take a picture to publish on their personal website. On day 6, the students will select a template from Pictochart.com to design an infographic using biographical information about Jackie Robinson and his impact on the sport of baseball. The students must include 8 facts and 3 graphics. This will be published on their websites and printed up for the bulletin board. This infographic will be assessed using a rubric. The students will complete a pre- and post-test that will be linked in Lesson 1 and Lesson 6 on the Google site. The teacher will collect data from this pre- and post-test via a spreadsheet in Google Forms. She will also collect information from the infographic rubric to assess the students. To help students reflect and provide data for the teacher to revise the unit for future classes, a survey was created for the end of the unit. This was created in Google Forms. This 6-day unit explores the desegregation of baseball through the experience of Jackie Robinson. The unit was designed using the dynamic instructional design model for the purpose of providing instruction for a technology enrichment group of 4th and 5th graders who meet a minimum of 4 days a week. Through the strategies of inquiry and resource-based learning, the students will discover how individual efforts impacted desegregation, specifically through Jackie Robinson and the sport of baseball. The students will navigate a teacher-created Google site using day-by-day lesson plans, accessing multiple interactive digital tools. The students will be assessed using rubrics and pre- and post tests as well as teacher observation. A post-unit survey will be given to determine the need for lesson revision or adaptation. Thank you for your time.